Hello once again and welcome to Punters Inside Run. What a fantastic weekend of racing we have right around the country. In particular, we've got a couple of Group 2s racing at the Valley and there's 4 group races at Rosehill in Sydney. Mick, Sharkie, it's a brilliant day's racing wherever you are.
It is, Matty, and we start to really see, particularly in Sydney with the run to the Rose, some of these 3-year-olds that are heading towards Golden Rose and then they sort of split, don't they? They either go on a Coolmore path with the freshen up, come down to Melbourne, or they go the Guineas, or they take on some of the older horses perhaps in an Everest. So yeah, a lot of different options for these good horses racing this weekend.
Let's get stuck into it. As I mentioned, 2 Group 2s at the Valley, and the first one we're going to talk about is the McEwen Giga Kick returns, the boom horse. I think that a little bit of a wide draw might actually help Craig Williams sort of find a bit of a spot here and keep him out of trouble, because there will be some speed on the race.
Well, there will be. Acromantula, as we know, is super quick. How's the Serenity, another WA galloper? He's really quick too. Then you've got horses like Zeus Style, more than capable of serving up the tempo. So I think they'll go along at a pretty brisk tempo. It'll help Giga Kick. I'm going to say he's a better 12 and 1400 meter horse, though, Matty. So yes, he's an exceptional horse, but the way this race lines up, it just, they might take him out of his comfort zone a little bit for speed early.
Who are you tipping?
I'm sort of leaning his way only on the score of class. I can't back him at the odds on quote. I absolutely can't. I'd love it if he won. I love the horse and I love the story around him, but I can't take that price about him. He's the on-top pick by default, I guess you could say. I think if there's an upset, the most likely candidate's probably ROTHFIRE, because he's got that gate speed to sit that pair closer than Imperatriz and Giga Kick, who probably settle just off midfield and look to swoop and run home. ROTHFIRE, he won this race last year. He can stalk the speed, and we know he's got a punchy turn of foot. So he might be the best option if there's to be a blowout and you want to work around the favourite.
All right, that is the McEwen. In the Feehan, Globe is an exciting young horse, is a deserved favourite, having been 4 runs for 4 wins. Are you with or against Globe?
I just want to see how Globe stands up at weight for age. And I think at the price, he's too short at the moment. The price is based on hype and based on, Jamie Carr's comments off a track gallop and the fact that the horse is unbeaten. He's coming through benchmark races largely off season. This is a weight for age Group 2 race in early spring. It's a fair jump in class. He may well be up to it, and we hope it is. But I think there's an opportunity around him on Saturday to back TUVALU, who we know is probably in his sweet spot at this sort of standard. He's been to the Valley once before. He was narrowly beaten from Thunderstruck. This were really emerging coming through the grades, and there was a big gap to third. So I've got no doubts about him at the Valley. He's drawn wide, but I think he comes across with Globe and a horse like Savor to Excel, who's also drawn wide. I think once they find the front, balance up a little bit, TUVALU will have a nice stone cold stalk on the leaders, and hopefully second upness under his belt, he's able to win.
I'm going with attrition. I think that form behind Mr. Brightside's pretty good. Only beaten by 2 lengths when caught wide. Mr. Brightside had a softer run, has won before at the Valley, and last time at 1,600 metres, it was beaten in the Australian Guineas and nose by Legato. So it's pretty good form for me. So I'm with you. I want to see Globe, but I'll take attrition at better odds. Sort of an each way sort of bet for me. What else do you like at the Valley before we move over to Rosehill?
2 other good bets for me there, Matty. Race 6, the Atlantic Jewel, number 1, Charmstone. She did the right thing for us in the Quizette. I think she's an outstanding filly, really well placed here. A nice gradual step through her campaign. I think she can win the Atlantic Jewel, and then we'll run straight into race 7, first leg of the quaddie, number 7, Berkeley Square. His 2 runs back from a break have been good without being like mind-blowingly good, but he is coming off a fairly long break, having missed the autumn. So I expect third up 2,000 to the Valley, where he's won before. He will stand up. Yeah,
won the Group 2 Vars for last time at 2,040. I reckon they're the two best. And I reckon you chuck in recommendation in race 4 to a short price, just the 5 runners in the field. I reckon you can take recommendation into Charmstone, into Berkeley Square. There's your all up for the day.
Absolutely. That's a good bet.
Yep, let's get over to Sydney. Let's start. They've got four group races. We're going to cover a couple. Let's start with the Run to the Rose. Cylinder's the favourite, but it is short. You want to take even money Cylinder?
No, I don't. Concede that he's a really nice horse, but $2. He won the Vein, yes. Only just got there, and I don't know if you'd be rushing to back Ouroboros in this race if he had lined up here. I want to see Cylinder do it again. We know he's capable of doing it, but let's just see. At the price, I think he's a risk. I can't see why you wouldn't go Libertad again, Matty. He's 3 from 3. He was there to be beaten last time. He kept finding. He's a good, tough on-speed horse. I think he's really hard to beat and attractive at the price. Militarize is the horse that I'm keenest to see from a Guinea's point of view.
Yep.
I think he goes to the Run to the Rose off the back of this, and then he's Chris Waller's Guinea's horse. So we know how effective he is once he gets to 1,1600 metres. So big watch on Militarize.
I don't mind one as a 1x3 play. General Salute comes out of that same race behind Libertad. I think the extra 100 metres will help. I think it's over the odds at about $18. So, it's had one start at the distance in April, was a strong winner. I think it's a 1x3 play for me. General Salute out of that same race. Let's look at another Group 2 race. Where are we? I've lost it. The Theo Marks. It's a tough race. The betting suggests it's tough.
It is tough, and it looks to me like a bit of an entree to an Epsom a bit later in the spring, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Chris Waller said Kovalika's going there. He's made it clear that he thinks the horse is a lot sharper than a lot of people give him credit for. So very interested to see how he returns here. Golden Mile hasn't had a lot of luck this preparation, but we know, that 1,300 metres third up, he's probably the most natural each-way bet in this race, I think. Crosstalk's a go forward horse with good ability. Then you've got the 1,000 Guineas winner, Madame Pomeroy. She's second up off a good first up run. Argentia looks ready. I think it's a real watch and see race. I think Golden Mile is an each way bet though in the race, Matty. He'll get some of mine on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not really keen to bet in the race. I might have a little bit each way on Nugget if it's wound up. 1,300 might be a bit short, but it does have a good fresh record and has had 3 trials and won his last trial. What else are we backing in Sydney?
It's not often that you would say a Group 2 fillies and mares sprint is one of the races of the day, but the Scirocco race 6 it's a sensational little race. You've got Espiona, Zugotcha, Sunshine in Paris first up, Zapateo, I Am Me, and Queen of the Ball, who's absolutely flying for Michael Friedman and from an inside gate might be really hard to run down. It's a little highlight for me. Zapateo's been off the map off the back of a couple of really good trials. I just wonder if she's short enough now, though, Matty. I tried Queen of the Ball each way first up. I'm going to go her way again. All
right, mate. Anything else you want to back in at Rosehill?
I think that's got me done for Rosehill. I think it's a big Saturday for watching these good races and learning a lot. I think there'll be a lot of winning form to come out of this meeting at Rosehill and also at the Valley.
I'm going to have a little bit in race 4 on number 11, Venelope. I know they call it Venelope, but you don't call Penelope. So just back in distance, and the blinkers go on for the Ma Eustace stables. Always a good sign for me. I reckon she's ready to do something back to the 1,500 and drawn low. All right, Shark. It's going to be, as you say, it's a really good day's racing, but it's a pointer towards some of the big races in the spring. So let's hope we can find some money on the way.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.